Hello students, welcome to CMI's online classes, and this video is for class 6 chapter number 13, and the name of the chapter is Fun with Magnets. So in this chapter we will talk about magnets, its magnetic properties, then non-magnetic properties, its uses. Okay, so first of all let's talk about discovery. So how magnet was discovered? Okay, as for example, it is not invented or created. Magnet is already present in the earth, but discovery was made. How? So it is said that there was a shepherd named Magnus. The name of the shepherd was Magnus, who lived in ancient Greece. He used to take his herd of sheep and goats to the nearby mountains for grazing. He would take a stick with him to control his herd. The stick has a small piece of iron attached at one end. So it was made in such a condition that the stick was made up of wood, but at the one end, a piece of iron is attached. So one day he was surprised to find that he had to pull hard to free his stick from a rock on the mountain side. That means that piece of iron was attached to a rock nearby. The rock was a natural magnet and it attracted the iron tip of the shepherd stick. So it is said that this is how natural magnet was discovered. Okay, so it's not that he just the iron piece of iron was sticked and he discovered that this was the iron. No, so it was a slow process. First of all, he might be frightened or scared why this is happening. Then he again experiment or observed many a times. Okay, then it was known to other people also, and slowly it was discovered. So what was that rock? There must be something. So that rock was magnetite, or we can say lodestone. So in magnesia, rocks contained large number of black stones which had the power to attract piece of iron. So that means the whole rock was not a magnet. In that rock, a small large number of black stones was there. Okay, and that has the power to attract a piece of iron. So the black stone came to be known as, and that black stone was named as lodestone or the leading stone. Why it was called the leading stone? Because of the way it could be used to find directions. During ancient times, these magnets were used to find the directions. Okay, there were no navigation or GPS or latest technologies. So they used to either observe the stars or they used to take help with the magnets. That means lodestone. So today it is known as mineral magnetite. And it has a formula Fe3O4. Okay, and it is found in many countries. And it's not that this magnet or magnetite or lodestone was discovered on the spot or very quickly. It was later studied, then slowly today we can say that magnet is a magnetite, and it has a formula Fe3O4, and it is found in many countries and used for various other purposes. Okay, now let's talk about magnet. What is magnet? So any substance which attracts a piece of iron, cobalt, copper towards itself is known as magnet. Okay, so if you go to market also, or if you have observed that in loudspeakers also, okay, there is a magnet. Okay, and you people used to play with that magnet also. okay, attracting many small things like iron fillings, or the coins, iron coins. Okay, so any substance which attract piece of iron or other related metal towards itself is known as a magnet. Now, to know the magnet, first of all we must know that what is magnetic and non-magnetic substances. Okay, so if I give you a piece of iron, first of all, sorry, yes, if I give you a magnet, if I give you a magnet, but you don't know that that is a magnet, and if you put that magnet in a plastic material, will it attract? No. That means to get attached with that magnet, that must have a magnetic properties. Okay, so first of all we will talk about magnetic and non-magnetic substances. So what do you mean by magnetic substances? So materials which get attracted towards magnet are called magnetic material. For example, copper, iron, nickel. Okay, so these are magnetic substances because they get attracted towards or attached towards the magnet. So magnets can either attract or repel other magnets and can attract any magnetic material even if it is not magnetized. So it has a natural property. Okay, that means we will talk about negative and positive terminal, okay, and about attraction and repulsion of a magnet. Okay, so non-magnetic materials. Non-magnetic materials are those material which do not get attracted towards the magnet. That means they are not attached. Example, we have wood, paper, plastic, and most other metals. They don't get attracted towards metals and are termed as non-magnetic substances. Okay, so we have an example of washer and iron fillings, then non-magnetic eraser, drinking straws or pencils, whatever you can mention. Then what do you mean by magnetism? We talked about magnets and magnetic and non-magnetic substances also. Now what do you understand by magnetism? So the property of a magnet to attract things made up of iron, cobalt and nickel is known as magnetism. That means those property, a magnet has certain properties like it attracts the other metals like iron, cobalt, nickel, and that is termed as magnetism. Okay, now let's talk about magnetic field. So the area surrounding the magnet in which magnetic force is exerted to attract iron is known as magnetic field. That means it's not that if you have a piece of magnet and an iron filling or an iron nail is far away from you, say about 10 meters or 5 meters or even 3 meters. So does the iron nail get attracted to the magnet? No, because it has certain magnetic field, or you can say it has certain power. Okay, that means small magnet has an area of about 10 centimeter. Bigger magnet, you can say 20 centimeter. Larger magnet, 100 centimeter. Okay, so it occupies a area, and that area is known as magnetic field. The magnetic lines of force originate from the north pole of a magnet and end at its south pole. That means it has certain area. One end is termed as north pole, another end is termed as south pole, and the magnetic lines of force originate from north pole and to the south pole. So by this we can figure out about the magnetic field of a magnet. So on our right hand side we have a magnet. Okay, it has a north pole and a south pole, and here a field, that means at the blue line that represent the magnetic field. So the power, that means the north and the south and the north and the south. Okay, so it has some area covered, and this area covered depends on the size of the magnet, that means the power of the magnets. So if you have a small magnets, so it has less blue line and its magnetic field covers a less area, whereas if you have a big magnet, okay, it covers a more area. And don't get confused with the type of magnet. Not all magnets are in a rectangular shape. If there is a round magnet also, okay, the circular magnet also has a south pole and a north pole. Okay, then let's talk about magnet. What is magnet? So any substance which attracts a piece of iron, cobalt, copper towards itself is known as magnet. Okay, so if you go to market also, or if you have observed that in loudspeakers also, okay, there is a magnet. Okay, and you people used to play with that magnet also. Okay, attracting many small things like iron fillings, or the coins, iron coins. Okay, so any substance which attract piece of iron or other related metal towards itself is known as a magnet. Now okay, so now we will talk about types of magnets. So basically we have two types of magnets: natural magnets and artificial magnets. Natural magnets have low magnetic power because they are natural. Example, we have magnetite, lodestone. So this was the first natural magnet that was discovered. Okay, artificial magnets, they have a strong magnetic power and they are found in different shapes. So why natural magnets have low magnetic power and artificial have strong magnetic power? That is because in natural magnet it's found naturally. We can't do anything. We can't increase its magnetic power or decrease its magnetic power. Whereas for artificial magnets, we can either increase or we can either decrease its power. Now we will talk about artificial magnet. That means as we know that it comes in different shapes. Okay, this is a bar magnet, this is a horseshoe magnet, and we have other magnets also. Okay, so we will discuss more about this and kinds of magnet. So horseshoe magnet. So horseshoe magnet is shaped as a horse, घोड़ा का नाम. Okay, so it has a south pole and north pole. We have a bar magnet also. It is a rectangular in shape. It also has a south pole and a north pole. Then we have a disc magnet, round in shape, mostly found in the speakers. Okay, or we can say in the clock. Then we have magnetic needles, and all have the two poles, the north pole and the south pole. But basically in all these things we use bar magnet the most for studying about magnetic properties. Then we have magnetic compass. Okay, so magnetic compass helps, were used previously by the sailors, okay, to navigate or to locate a place, and it is very effective for the travelers also, the magnetic compass. Okay, it has a, in this magnetic compass there is a marked north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. Okay, and if you are moving in a certain direction, That means the point will show if you have to move towards north. The point will show that you are moving on a correct direction or not. Okay, so it is very much, the magnetic compass is very much useful for traveling an unknown place. So as we discussed, magnets are of two kinds, natural magnets and artificial magnets. So natural magnets attract certain materials like cobalt, nickel, iron, steel, and alloys of all the above. Alloys means, as for example, tin. That means it is a mixture of iron and cobalt. Okay, so alloy means the mixture of these above four materials. Okay, so these materials are called magnetic materials. Why these are termed as magnetic materials? Because they have the power, or they have the properties to attract the metals like cobalt, nickel, iron and steel. So this was all about magnets, types of magnets, artificial magnets, natural magnets, and in our next discussion we will talk about other forms of magnets. Okay,